8:30, call the meeting in order. Let's stand for a pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Make a motion to approve today's agenda.
I'll second that motion. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes for February 24th.
I'll second that. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes.
I have looked over the claims. I'll make a motion for approval for the amount of $254,785.70.
I'll second that. Is there any discussion? One thing I was curious what, I don't know if Kenny would know this, Raycom Corporation on the sheriff's office?
It probably has to do with the setup of one of the new squad cars, maybe.
Oh,
I can't speak for Brandon, but I know,
well, it said motor vehicle equipment maintenance, so I wondered if it's something like that.
I know we've got a couple, I think Norcross or somebody got a new squad, so there was set up in that with a new squad car, which I think that might be, but I don't know what that price was to be able to.
Okay, well, I'll ask him about it.
Because I don't think,
Hold the claim.
Yeah. It was just that one was pretty large, 18,000. Good.
Another little one above it. but
Yeah.
There's separate tickets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different tickets.
And all together, it's over 20,000.
Here's their little one.
This is the door pop for the K9.
Like this, speakers and cameras and. Oof, seems like a lot of money for that.
I can't really speak for it, but I know, like electronic engineering used to do this, but I don't know if they're doing new installs anymore.
I see.
And it's hard to find places that do installs like this.
Like that. Okay, I was just curious. I mean, I heard it was something like that, but.
Where are they out of? Marshalltown?
Yeah.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Meetings attended?
Oh, well, you and I went to the conference board meeting on Thursday night. We got through that one. That's, I think, our last budget. I think we're done now. Oh, God. Thursday afternoon, I went to Tipton for the Eastern Iowa Disability Alliance. This takes over the mental health. They closed that one down and we went and joined District 7. So this is the second meeting we had, first one in person. So there's a lot of information I'm trying to digest to get into this. Just trying to get everybody together and trying to come up with a new name, a name change. They haven't figured that out yet. That's good or bad. I can't. The more government you see, it just seems like government makes more government.
No.
It's a bit ridiculous. One thing that did come out of it was, though, they said that ISAC might be offering IT services in the future.
Nice.
Yeah. Very interested to hear that. It's kind of a sidebar, but they've got some things going. They're hiring people, so might be something we might want to look into in the future.
Yeah.
And ask them, and we can get some better IT out of them. So I said I'd pass that along. I got another meeting coming up in May, so hopefully we can get down to the nuts and bolts then.
Okay.
That's all I had.
All right, well, I attended this SR meeting also. Then we had an emergency meeting for the transfer station. We've kind of been discussing upgrading trucks just because the truck have been killing us so badly with repairs, and we stumbled across a used truck. Next trend down in Mediapolis, that's what they're called now, but this truck was in Kansas City, is a 2020 with like 183,000 miles on it. It just looked super clean in the pictures, and anyway, we ended up voting and agreeing to purchase this used truck. And they're gonna bring it up from Kansas City, as long as it is what it is, we have to physically look at it first, but
How many trips to Rock Island do they make in a week?
it varies, but one a day and then sometimes two a day. And then, the driver called me Friday, and there was a DEF system failure, light come on, but then it went off, so he was able to keep driving. Then he called me yesterday and it did it again, so so that truck's still having issues, so.
5 days a week? He makes trips 5 days? a
Yeah,
week?
5 days. Yeah, so,
Well, that truck should last a while.
yeah, so with that low miles, it should be, should be a lot better than what we're dealing with right now.
You doing okay?
Yeah, so far,
Okay.
yeah, that's gonna be our next issue, it sounds like at some point. So,
Now we gotta keep it going. I don't know what else we do with our
yeah,
trash.
yeah. So that was all I had for last week, I guess. Any public input for next week's agenda?
You mentioned you went to a compensation board meeting last week. What was the results of that?
The office gets 8% raise.
The office, what do you mean the office?
People in the office, within the office.
It was a conference for the
Conference board.
assessors.
Yeah. So the assessor.
Oh, for this, okay,
Yeah.
so, okay.
The call board is made up of mayors, all the mayors. No, there's only 2 of us, but 3 supervisors, the school board, there's members of the school board.
Yeah. The office people get 8%. What was the assessor? What's he get? 8. What does that make his salary then?
86 roughly.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. They were asking for more things than that. They were trying to ask for an extra person in the office and that was denied and something else. They wanted more money for legal defense that went from 20 to 50,000 and
You know what the average wage for an assessor is in the state of Iowa per county? What the average for the whole state is?
I don't know what the average is, but it's anywhere from 70 to 160, 70,000. So we're towards the bottom.
And how long has he been the assessor?
A year, roughly.
Anything else? Okay, review the payroll changes.
And it's stuff, looked like Kenny had a few. Or one in his department, Adam had a couple.
Yeah.
His pay of length of increase, yours was a different.
Yeah, they're going to 12-hour shifts, so some people get rid of their differential.
Are all your dispatchers on 12? Yeah.
Okay. Review and sign the law enforcement contracts with cities of Grandview, Fredonia, Lex, Morning Sun, and Oakville.
If I could get a motion there,
On the contracts,
yeah.
I looked them over. I guess as long as the cities are okay with it, I don't know why we would have any issues with that.
Well, that looks like they've all signed already.
I divided them out and got a per capita rate. They're not the same, they're different, but I know he'll say it's based on calls, so
Right.
And they'll give them 20.
I'll I'll make a motion to approve the contracts for Grandview, Verdonia, Let's, Morning Sun, and Oakville.
I'll second that. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes.
So I think you need to sign it, not all of us, just the other, right?
I think it's just a chair.
Yeah, that's something. Then sign on and one over there. Adam, you can go ahead and do your thing while he's doing it. John Hancock.
I have one question.
Yes, sir.
Wapello has a 10-year agreement that there's continuing on. Is that-
Continue, yeah,
I
that
did.
contract's not in because it's already,
Yeah,
that's cool. And their contract also includes the school resource office. They're 270 some thousand.
so,
I just checked on it this morning.
so Columbus and L&M resource officers different.
They're through the city. The city still, Columbus still has their own officer. And yes, it goes through partly through the city, the school and the county. There's a weird sharing agreement there. And Columbus City contracts with Columbus for law enforcement. That's why they're not in here. Now, Donnie is going up for retirement, I think, this year.
Maybe September.
So I don't know how all that's gonna change. That's between them, not us.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna continue their law enforcement or they're going to do contract. It's not for me to say. I think they got what, 3 officers?
Yeah.
All right. This week is all about fishing, what other little side jobs we're on, and we're gonna be hauling rock. We've got about the 36,000, excuse me. I know.
Rude.
So we got about 36,000 tons of rock to haul the next few months. That's like 600 trips. Wait, no, I'm sorry. 61 days of 600 tons per day to haul. So
They're coming.
the boys are gonna be busy on that, and that's gonna be our major thrust for the next couple weeks, or couple months, sorry.
Where's it coming from?
There and there, through the old Nelson quarry, through Cessford and through River Products. Also trying to beat the April 1st price increase, the best we can here. So I'm working on that. We'll take a few days off to do some patching and things like that, some bridge cleaning off and on. So this is kind of where our personnel thing crunch kind of hurts us a bit, but we'll get through it, I guess. On the personnel front, I think we have a technician, we're gonna hire, it'll be in-house. And then I'll kick out a truck driver job this week or so, maybe even today or tomorrow. So get that, hopefully when Terry retires on the end of March, beginning of April, we'll have another guy lined up and ready to go so that we're not short on another guy in that period. So that's going on, dealing with some equipment things and things like that. So I did go to the legislative forum this Saturday, and sounds like Randy, if you concur, there's going to be some sort of property tax bill coming along. It sounds like definitely some sort of a cap, because the people want less taxes. So
Yes, you're right.
the case was made that sometimes less taxes means less services, and we're all supposed to figure that out. So, anyway, is what it is here. So other than that, working on some things in the office, getting some small piping projects lined up, meeting with some landowners about some issues and things like that, so staying busy, so. Any questions for me? Anything going on out there? That's all I have.
All right, thanks.
All right, yep, thank you.
Yep. Kenny, you ready? Probably in a month will do.
A 5-year plan.
Some of this will be.
Yep.
You know, like I did last month, training, I'm still working on my online portions to get certified, which I have until this time next year to get that done. Budgets have all been done, adopted and entered. Susan's got the information that she needs. It's in the website. So that's finished. Friday, I finished up my EMPG grant. That's the grant that gets the 21,000 that goes towards the salary. It's kind of weird that I had to apply for another one when I haven't even received the one from last year. And I'll reiterate again that I think moving forward with the way the Fed stuff is that we need to not rely on this and just put that money back into I mean, we'll still look at it as potential revenue, but not rely on getting that. Just because I mean, everybody's in the same boat. We're just waiting and waiting and waiting. And now I applied for the next one and we're waiting and waiting and waiting to be this time next year. So I don't know. It's hard to say. And along with the grants, I've been working on a couple other grants, Homeland Security grants for the radios for the courthouse. I'm waiting to hear back, but again, that's a federal grant. I'm gonna wait for the riverboat one to open up and apply for that one. I've never applied for that one before, so I don't know what the turnaround is, but I think with this Homeland Security one, it's open till the end of this month, which we might not hear anything for a couple months, and then might be a couple months before we're awarded. So I don't know how quick you want to get going on getting that stuff done in the courthouse, but
Riverboat one generally was pretty quick.
is it?
Is that
Yeah.
with Riverside?
Yeah, the Riverside one.
If you
I
did.
know somebody who works there. I'll talk to them.
Okay. Works for me, and I'll apply for it to get it, so we'll see what
When's
happens.
that supposed to?
It hasn't opened up yet, but I thought it was sometime in the spring, because I can remember with the school board, we would apply for it in the spring.
Okay.
We
Um,
put that in the budget, didn't
Hmm?
we put the radios? thing
not
in
in
the budget?
mine.
No.
We did, because we were gonna do it this year.
I thought, yeah, you were gonna use
Lost funds.
lost funds for
That's
that,
right.
so. Hazardous mitigation plan, we've just been kind of waiting, but now the process is starting. I got a meeting with Zach from Southeast Iowa Regional Planning and Gail Thomas, which I think is gonna be the person that's gonna go through the process. Have a phone meeting with them at 9 o'clock in the morning to get everything started. She sent me a timeline, which it looks like if everything stays in order, we should finish up the whole process probably in September. So there'll be community meetings. We'll probably have to have a board of supervisor, a part of the planning committee, which will be mayor, superintendents, and other people around the county. So once I know more about that, I'll let you know. And then March 17th, I'm having a roundtable exercise at the Wapello School Administration Building with the principals, Jason Griffin, a member of the fire department. And this is just an exercise about severe weather that if, heaven forbid a tornado would come through town and take out one of our schools, what's their action plan and how does their action plan fit into that? And then my plan is every year is to go through to the next, so like next year I'll go to L&M, next year I'll go to Columbus. I could do both. I could do two in a year, but this is a way to maybe start these in March to kick off severe weather awareness stuff. So March 17th, I'm gonna have that with those guys, but other than that,
Operation Prom's coming up.
yeah, Operation Prom will be April 22nd
It's in
in Wapello.
this year.
So we'll have that going on April 22nd.
I did see some legislation maybe going through the state house that they might do away with the emergency management board And it's
Uh,
under the supervisor's direction now?
Yeah, I've seen that. There's some talk going on. I mean, there's another one in there to get rid of the E911 board and have the EMA commission do E911 and EMA, so that way you have to be an elected official to run the boards, because like, the 911 board's not any elected officials other than Scott. To where then the commission would take it over and oversee both of them. So I can see pros and cons to
Yeah.
that. But yeah,
I saw.
we
that.
get updates every
I
week,
read
just
that
kind
a
of
week
following it.
ago. Thought that was
I think they kind of proposed that last year, but then it got funneled through and kicked out.
seemed a little bit out of left field, but whatever. Seems like it's working. If it ain't broke, why fix it?
It's just a way for the state to control stuff.
Agreed.
Other than that, the outlook for the spring looks decent for the flooding in the fall from the National Weather Service. I mean, we don't know what rains we're gonna get in April and May, but knock on wood will be good.
Last couple weren't about snow melt, it was rain.
Yeah. Yep.
Hang in there.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Alright. Discussion and possible action to approve updated zoning application fee schedule.
So this is what was brought up with, from the zoning board?
Planning and zoning commission looked at it, and they looked at the surrounding counties that we have.
How does this compare to where they were?
Oh, we're way low.
I mean, did they go from 50 to 100?
Yeah, everything's doubled except
Pretty
for when
much.
you get down to the subdivisions and all that stayed the same. Planning and zoning meetings, subdivisions, board of adjustments, all that stayed the same. The only thing that doubled was the actual permit cost.
What's that money go for? But since you're doubling it, why do you need the money?
Goes into the general fund.
I see. So you're just raising it to raise it?
Hasn't been raised in 24 years.
In actuality, this will go to the rural fund, because zoning gets paid out of the rural fund. So this will,
Still pretty cheap.
Every county's got that we looked at has a different way of doing it. I mean, the northern county has a lot of permits that you gotta get. You're looking around $2,000 for a house. By the time you get all your permits. Western counties, they charge by the acre, so if you got a 10-acre parcel and you put a house on it, then it's $50 per acre plus the building permit.
Okay. So if a farmer had 100 acres, he get charged $150 for the each acre.
It's all in the same parcel. That's what would happen. I said, hopefully he would split that off. If I was doing it,
Yeah.
and my minimum would be 2 acres, and I would split
Yeah.
off the 2 acres, but. I don't know if they allow that. I never did ask, but that's one thing that I would look at. But you see a lot of 5-acre, 10-acre, 15-acre parcels, stuff like that.
Are you gonna entertain a motion?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to accept the new zoning application fee.
I'll second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
I did have one question for you. I had somebody come into my office yesterday asking about, have we done anything on zoning wise about windmills?
We're still working on it. I had a lot of discussions. I had some emails that come in when I was on vacation that I forwarded to the Planning and Zoning Commission.
it's gonna be a long process. It's just gonna be just like the solar ordinance, just trying to double check, make sure we get everything right the first time, so we don't have to keep coming back and changing and, yeah. I'm not saying that that isn't gonna happen, but it's setbacks and stuff like that. It's gonna be what we're mainly, a lot of what you're looking at, some pretty wound up people, so.
Want to see where the state, the Senate and the House are both trying to take control of it.
Yeah.
Taylor Collins said that wasn't gonna happen. What he said. He said that's introduced by the energy companies every year and they always kick it out.
I see.
So that's the way that's what he said Saturday. 'Cause I was concerned about that too.
But there's still some issues on pipelines that run through, we have a lot of pipelines in the county, so there's. We gotta figure out our distance from them also. That's something that we haven't. You didn't really have to deal with as far as the solar goes,
Yeah,
because they're not down in the ground as far to make movement.
yeah.
Des Moines County was able to rush theirs through in 9 months.
So what happens
I mean,
if
right.
somebody approaches you to build or that wants to build? They just can't
Not right now,
until there's a,
till we got an ordinance.
Where does that stand, the moratorium? Because you have to extend that from time to time.
My understanding was that it was, as long as you're working on it, the moratorium is in place is what I was told.
You don't have to extend that from time to time.
Not that I'm aware of.
That's what I was told anyways. I think Tim told me that and
Yeah.
maybe Bruce told me that too. And
Yeah. You wanna hijack the meeting?
Yep. So,
Liquor license?
yeah,
Number 12.
so is this the one up at Granby? Cause it has Let's address.
Yeah, it's a Let's address, but yeah, it's Grandview,
Okay.
the corner there.
I will look for a motion to approve the liquor license renewal for Petro and more.
I will make that motion.
I'll second that. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. So, then we need to set time and date for fiscal year 27 public hearing for March 23rd at 6 P.M.
That's for the proposed tax levy.
So we need a motion for that.
So move.
I'll second that. Any discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Sorry. There's a hijacker. It is in my desk. Take yourself home.
Okay, then do we need a motion to approve the publisher?
Yes.
Okay,
I will make that motion.
I'll second that. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. All right, next is action to sign the municipal voting system purchase agreement.
I looked over the contract, the one question that I had was it shows 3 equal payments in 3 years, but I guess we're gonna pay it all right out of lost and not have to worry about the payment schedule, so.
This is just so I can receive the equipment now and before I make the payment, just for the fact of I can't pay the payment until I make the amendments to put the money in my budget, so.
For a motion for that,
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that. All, any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Anything else? Look for a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second. All those in favor, aye.
Aye. Aye. Aye.